Racing gives us a whole nother avenue to test durability and push them to the absolute limits. Really the whole goal behind the DRT race program is to make DRT better. That should be the principle right there.
We do DRT as a family.
Family is the biggest thing in my life. It's the most important thing to me. I wouldn't be doing this without that. I'm Landon with DRT Motorsports, and we decided this year it was time to get into racing. DRT Motorsports is an aftermarket parts manufacturer for side-by-sides. We make all kinds of cool accessories, bumpers, grills, doors, tire carriers, a lot of storage accessories. We have a really strong focus on aggressive design, functionality, and durability. We're trying to build the best possible parts for our consumer. We spend a bunch of resources on product development at DRT, so we have a big team that develops new products. Jason drives design and is really the leader in developing the products that we come out with on the design side, the functionality side, how it's built. We work as a team to come up with the best possible products that we can. We're developing a bumper for the Can-Am Defender HD11. And Jason's designing the bumper on the car in cardboard before he starts working with metal.
You'll see it inside.
Yeah, I like it. It's good. Growing up, my dad had a company called KMC Wheel here in Riverside. I grew up around the foundry and around aftermarket automotive and all the things surrounding that. I built a passion for cars and trucks and off-road and motorsports. DRT is just a culmination of all that experience. Really the whole goal behind the DRT race program is to make DRT better. Racing gives us a platform to be able to test this stuff in the harshest environments and continually get better, continually improve our processes, how we manufacture things, just to make sure that we're delivering the absolute best to the DRT customer. I was in Glamis last year at the guys trip, and Camille sent me a text, a screenshot of what Polaris had just announced and that they were building the Factory Pro R.
We have a really good relationship with Polaris. When they came out with the Factory Polaris Race Car, it was just like the next step in furthering along that relationship and taking DRT to the next level.
You haven't done anything on this one yet?
Not necessarily. This is the first
You haven't driven it?
Yeah.
Go warm it up.
Yeah.
8:30.
So after all the waiting, picking up the car at Polaris was awesome. Fish delivered the car, so got to go through everything with him. Just the whole experience, getting to see SCI and how they do things. It was just super cool and excited to be racing and have a really, really capable car. Another key component to this was Ryan Connery. Just offers a ton of experience. He's prepping the car for us. Got a ton of valuable insight that helps us get into racing, what we need, all of the logistics involved in getting to a race. We're excited to be working with him.
And it's fun. I didn't even sleep in it, so I was sitting over there. What's up, buddy? How are you?
So after Ryan got the car all set up, SCG had the suspension set up, we went out for our first day of testing, and up until this point I had zero time in the car, so I was stoked to actually get to drive it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go break her in, pop the cherry.
First time sitting in the car was really cool. I was worried about how it was gonna feel. All the ergonomics of the car, and it was awesome. It's dialed. It's made for a 5'11" guy that looks just like me.
Ripped out of here.
Exciting, man.
Just hopping in the car for the first time, the thing is a wild animal. A lot less forgiving because of how lightweight the car is than a normal Pro R. What feels like 60 in the Pro R, you're doing 80 in that car. So just really trying to tame that thing down and adjust my driving habits to fit that platform was pretty exciting, but we got it dialed in.
And right now we're adding a little bit of preload I want to get the front up a little bit, get it to load the tail and be a little bit more confident. You'll have more comfort and control. So where you feel like you can control the car, it's not like that feeling where you have to like move it to make the car settle down.
I've got a ton of time in side-by-sides, but jumping into this, I picked a car that's way more capable than I am as a driver, so it's something I can grow into, I can get better and develop with. I'm just super stoked with the purchase. It's the best thing out there, it's winning. The limiting factor will be me and how fast I can develop as a driver.
So the morning we left for Rage at the River, we loaded up the motorhome, got the kids loaded in the truck, and headed out there.
So we had a nice smooth drive there, 4 hours for us to get to Rage. Pulled in, got everything dialed in, camper set up, and got to spend some time with the co-driver and the families. Charles is my co-driver. I've known him since I was about 3 years old. He's a really good friend, just somebody who has the same passion for off-road that I do. And just the demeanor that I want in the car with me. It's been a blast getting to spend time with him, both in the race environment and just in the play car, having fun. It's been a really cool experience.
So that's the only reason he brought me.
We're sitting here waiting to tech the car. We go through contingency. We just got our wristbands and checked in. All the pit crew is showing up tomorrow morning, and then we're going to qualify.
I chose Rage at the River to be our first race in the factory car because everybody talks about how much fun it is. It's a short loop and it's a high car count, so it's really just jumping into the deep end right away. Passing cars passing us, just lots of traffic all the time. And then on a shorter loop, logistics aren't difficult. Just all the way around, it seemed like a good race to start with.
They're saying there are 400 cars that are going to run this weekend.
In this class?
No, 78 in my class.
Oh, copy that.
So on a 12-mile loop, it's a shit.
78 still?
Yeah.
Still, that's a
lot of cars.
It's a lot of guys. You'll do fine. I mean, as long as you're on the podium at the end, then we're good.
So our first race was a Deep 38 race and got an absolute deluge of rain. It was flash flooding on the course and it was just insane, but we had a great time. Again, we finished in the pre-runner, got some really good time with the co-driver, got communication down, and just really sparked a fire for what we're doing now.
We're done with qualifying. Qualifying went well. We had a good run. It was a pretty conservative pace, but Landon did a good job, kept it on all four. Worked on jumping, staying square out for jumps and run up speed and carried the throttle through the jumps, so that went good.
Qualifying was short. It was only a 2-mile loop, and it was mostly in the infield, kind of short course style stuff, so it was just a little uneasy. Wanted to really make sure that we took it easy and took care of the car for the Saturday race.
Good morning, off-road racing fans, and we are here with coverage of the 2025 Snore Rage at the River.
Got a good night's sleep. I'm ready to go. We have heat 1 today. We're staging at 8:40, and we take off at 9:15.
If you guys are familiar with DRT Motorsports, and it's pretty cool to see Landon, the owner of a fairly large company now in the UTV industry, actually out there racing himself.
I love the adrenaline, I love the speed, just pushing the limits of what the vehicle can do, just the communication aspect of it, the team aspects, just all the way around. It's a blast.
Do this. Day 1, we're getting in the car for heat 1. Let's do this. Ready to go.
Being there with the kids and watching them watch their dad is amazing. I just think Landon is paving the way just for something great and just a future for our little ones.
So race day 1, anxiety, or I guess nerves were pretty high. Just off the line, it was 100% full blast, just laying into it. Trying to follow the lines that everybody told us, but there's cars everywhere, things are wild. From there, it was just absolute hammering. Just the straights, the road jumps, we didn't feel like we ever lifted. We were moving.
We're back on board with Landon McMath. Good for Landon to get some seat time, you know, get some racing experience under his belt.
So lap 2, everything was going really smooth. We were communicating well. Felt like we were finally starting to settle in a little bit. Then the car started acting real squirrely. Just things got a little bit Western. With all the distraction and how the car was driving, we ended up putting the car on its side. At that point, we didn't know we had lost a transmission. So the guys topped the fluid off, sent us back out onto the course, made about a quarter of the infield before we lost all gears. Just had no power, couldn't get any gear to work.
Copy. Sounds like they're stuck over there for the rest of the race.
First day of racing, we had a blast. I mean, it was an awesome 2 laps. Had some highs and lows day 1, especially with the rollover. The pretty car wasn't quite as pretty anymore, but you know, that's racing.
We're here. Yeah. Car's okay. What do we need?
Try
to fix it?
No, we'll try to do anything. We got all day.
Dude, that was fun for 20 minutes.
That was a blast.
First lap was good?
It's like the best 20 minutes of my life.
First lap was good?
Yeah, it was that second lap. Probably what, 8 miles in, 2/3 of the way into it. He said something. I really didn't feel it.
So you felt the vibration on the first lap?
No, second.
Second lap, started feeling it. I thought we were losing the tire. And then I thought it got worse, so I thought, no. And then by the time we were pulling in, it was rough.
As of right now, it's definitely a PTL transmission related. So we'll be pulling the tranny out. We have another tranny here, thanks to Christian Brothers Motorsports. And we'll get this thing back together for tomorrow. Had some sort of issue with the internals in the trans, so we're going to go ahead and swap that out, obviously. But in the meantime, kind of doing some damage control. The clutch intake actually scoops dirt into the intake tubes, into the belt housing. So the primary and secondary are pretty much shot. So we're going to get those replaced, get a new belt in it.
I'm looking at the light at the end of the tunnel. We got the new gearbox in. Things are heading the right direction. Took a little finesse, but we did it.
This is day 2 of the Rage at the River, and the course has got substantially rougher from yesterday.
Yep, day 2, we're getting cleaned up. Car's back together. Super thankful for all the help we had yesterday to get the car back together. Excited. Got a good night's sleep and we're ready to go. Ready to go? It's gonna be a good day.
This race is going to be substantially rougher.
The race on Sunday was awesome. Starting off, we again took the whole shot, going fast where we could go fast and taking it easy where we needed to take it easy. Got to see a lot of traffic, made a ton of passes, really, really high speed. It's the fastest I've ever gone in a side-by-side. The car's more than capable. It was really stable, just all the way around. We had a blast. Coming in and finishing the race was awesome. To get that checkered flag was pretty exciting.
Oh yeah, that was so much fun. Can't wait to do that again. Track was a lot rougher today. Lots of big braking bumps, lots of big ruts to fall into. Awesome day, I'm stoked. Got to finish today. Thanks to everybody's hard work putting the car back together last night. I'm just so thankful for all the help we had, the team we have. It's killer.
Good job, buddy. Well done, man. Well done. Day 2 redemption, man. We had a great time.
That was awesome.
Being at that finish line and just seeing Landon cross the finish line and see that checkered flag was just a huge relief and just so many happy feelings for our team and for everyone that has supported us along the way.
To have Camille and the kids together with me on the race course is awesome. You know, just having them there from the minute I suit up all the way to the finish line. We have Starstream going, so the kids are watching. It's just really cool to know that they're involved. They love this. They're excited about it. I wouldn't be doing this without them.
We do DRT as a family, so to take Landon from the shop and from the day-to-day operations to out on the racetrack, it's just amazing to see him do something that he loves. Racing is just that next step. We get to race as a family, be there for Landon and just watch him do something he loves.
This is a new chapter for DRT. Racing is going to make DRT better, and it's going to continue to develop our passion for it, our parts. Everything we do is going to get better as a result of racing. This is the way forward.